I just wanted to give an overview or rather context of why we are here today. This started sometime in early 2023 when the cabinet made the decision to appoint our Honorable Minister as the Chief Digital Officer. She was given 3 tasks. The first one was to develop the digital transformation strategy. And the second one is to coordinate all of ICT projects within the government. And the third one is to set up the CDO office, which we are working on. So following that decision, we developed the digital transformation strategy, but we also took a decision to review the then ICT policy, which is now known as the digital policy. So all the work that we'll be doing here today is guided by these 2 frameworks that I've just mentioned: the National Digital Transformation Strategy and the Digital Policy. Then the next phase was to look at our overall digital governance, and we prioritized which policies we should start with. And with the assistance of UNDP, we prepared an infrastructure sharing policy, artificial intelligence policy, and data management policy. Through that process, we did validations, but at a later stage, we decided to involve AU to say, look, let's make sure that we work with AU to ensure that our data policy is aligned with the continental framework. So that's why we are here. We had our first consultation meetings, and then we had another one, I think last month, right? Yes, we had another meeting last month in this very room. So today, hopefully, we'll reach a consensus and validate this policy so that we can take it forward.
It is a great honor for me to be welcoming you to this important validation workshop. I want to begin by thanking all of you for taking time from your busy schedule to join us in building consensus on Lesotho's data management policy. We are taking these steps to ensure that our policy addresses Lesotho's needs while also aligning with the continental consensus on data governance. At the outset, allow me to express my heartfelt appreciation to UNDP for their instrumental role in supporting the drafting of our data management policy, and the European Union for their invaluable contribution in ensuring its alignment with continental frameworks. Together, their collaboration has laid a strong foundation for the important work we will be undertaking over the next 2 days. This partnership stands as a shining example of the power of multilateralism, a true reflection of the saying that if you want to go far, you go together. Distinguished participants, we are gathered here today because we recognize that data is the new gold of the digital economy. Just as gold once shaped economies, today it is data that empowers innovation, commerce, and government decision-making. And without proper governance of this vital resource, we cannot unlock its full potential. A strong data governance policy is essential for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, because without reliable data, we cannot plan effectively, we cannot measure progress, and we cannot ensure accountability of our development efforts. In the same vein, this policy also supports Lesotho's National Strategic Development Plan 2 by strengthening governance, improving service delivery, and enabling evidence-based planning for economic growth, human capital, and infrastructure. The development of this policy is part of implementing our national digital transformation strategy that the APS made an introduction to. During the development of the strategy, we recognized the lack of a well-defined national data governance framework as one of the key impediments in achieving our strategic national goals. This workshop could not have come at a more opportune moment. Just last week, in the same very room, we convened the validation workshop for the African Union Digital Transformation Strategy 2020-2030 Implementation Assessment Report, a gathering that brought together member states, regional economic communities, and AU specialized agencies, as well as development partners. One of the key themes that resonated throughout those discussions was the critical importance of continental harmonization in data governance. Participants underscored that robust, coordinated, and trusted data governance frameworks are not only essential for cross-border data exchange, but also for realization of Africa's single digital market, a vision that seeks to unlock Africa's collective digital potential, enhance innovation, and drive inclusive growth across the continent. Against this backdrop, our workshop today builds perfectly on that momentum. It takes us a step closer to ensuring that Lesotho's national efforts are in harmony with the broader continental digital agenda. In our pursuit of a digital transformation that leverages artificial intelligence and other emerging technologies, we recognize that data is the foundation of this transformation. Our ability to harness AI and advanced analytics depends on data science, but its power is realized only when guided by a robust data governance framework that guarantees data quality, security, and ethical use. In recent years, data governance was viewed through the lens of personal data protection because of the GDPR. Lesotho was one of the early adopters of the legislation protecting personal information with the passing of the Data Protection Act of 2011. We also have been long engaged with the development of the forthcoming computer crime and cybersecurity bills, which will strengthen our ability to protect critical information infrastructure. But laws and regulations, you will agree with me, they are not enough. Regarding human capacity in Lesotho, I call upon all of us, public sector, private sector, academia, civil society, to develop the skills and knowledge necessary to govern our data efficiency and effectively transforming it into powerful catalyst of well-being and sustainable development. It is vital to promote a data culture where gathering, analyzing, and applying data-driven insights are ingrained in every organization and embedded into our daily lives. Effective implementation of this policy will depend not only on the technical infrastructure, such as the data centers and high-speed networks, but also on having people capable of collecting, analyzing, and putting the data to good use. Lesotho is not an island. We all know that, ladies and gentlemen. We are part of the African family. This is why we found it crucial to ensure that our policies harmonize with the African Data Governance Framework. Today, we have our fellow Africans with us to work with us to finalize our data management policy development process. This alignment speaks to Agenda 2063 of the Africa we want, which envisions a digitally empowered Africa, where innovation, commerce, and research are driven by a well-governed data ecosystem. By domesticating these frameworks, We reaffirm Lesotho's commitment not just to global standards and sustainable development goals, but to Africa's shared vision of integration, prosperity, and innovation. Bomme Libontate, ladies and gentlemen, before I close, allow me to emphasize once again the importance of adopting and institutionalizing a national data management framework. This policy is one of several critical components of a broader data governance framework. However, we deemed it best to start here with the policy, as it provides the foundation upon which other structures and practices can be built. This milestone will enable us to unlock investment in digital public infrastructure by providing policy and regulatory certainty. It will help us support the growth of e-commerce and digital trade. It will help us to foster research and innovation by giving our universities and innovators and startups access to reliable and interoperable data sets that fuel creativity and discovery. It will significantly strengthen service delivery. And finally, it will improve governance by ensuring that government decisions are informed by real evidence, making our public services more efficient and more transparent, as well as being more accountable. In short, a strong data management policy means better services for our citizens, greater opportunities for our businesses, and a brighter digital future for Lesotho. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to AU Commission, European Union, NEPAD, GIZ, and CPESA for your contributions to the development of Lesotho's data governance framework, in particular the assessment conducted earlier in the process, which let us understand our capacity and readiness gaps better. It will be remiss of me not to thank my fellow Basotho and development partners, again, in particular UNDP, who has been working with us on this document from inception last year. Your contributions are valuable to us, and I believe have instilled a sense of ownership of the process and outcomes. Last but not least, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to the amazing team at the Ministry through you, the APS, under your leadership. Your hard work, dedication, and teamwork have brought us this far. It's your passion and commitment that made all the difference, and I truly appreciate every effort you have put into getting us to this stage. At this point, I would like to acknowledge and bid a warm farewell to our distinguished delegates from CPESA, NEPAD, and GIZ. Your presence here is always invaluable. Your contributions will leave a lasting mark on our journey towards digital transformation. We thank you for walking this path with us. And we wish you safe travels as you return to your respective countries and institutions. Know that you have left a mark in Lesotho. May the partnerships we have strengthened here together grow and continue. May the spirit of collaboration guide us as we build not just the policy, but a comprehensive data governance framework that unlocks commerce, that powers research and innovation, and that delivers efficient, data-driven public services for the benefit of all Lesotho.
We would like to first of all commend the Ministry of Communication, Science, Technology and Innovation, together with our partners and all our stakeholders, for the leadership demonstrated in steering Lesotho's digital reform agenda.
Data governance is the foundation for Africa's digital future, enabling countries to transform raw data into actionable insights that drive inclusive growth and innovation. Effective data governance frameworks are essential for protecting our citizens' rights, ensuring ethical and secure data use, and building trust in digital systems across the African continent.